my recent video that I had screen recorded, it was like 10 minutes long, and it turns out that my computer audio wasn't working. Literally just budgeted everything out. So first and foremost, before I do go ahead and show you like my little setup that I have here, I want to tell you guys a little bit of background about like what I've been exploring and everything like that, and why I feel like this system makes sense for me and I feel more content with this system. For one, I switched over to Capital One completely because I have my credit cards with them. They have a high yield savings account, and you're able to open up pretty much as many accounts as you want to with them. And eventually I'll probably go back to using SoFi because I like the layout, I like the design, I like their interface and everything like that. But with SoFi, in order to maintain that APY percentage rate, you have to either have a direct deposit set up that's going into the account monthly, or you have to deposit $5,000 every month. Otherwise, it goes back to being a 1.2% APY on your money. There's no minimum or fees with SoFi either, but there is a minimum requirement when you want to get that high APY percentage rate back. So just keep that in mind if you do end up getting SoFi. Here's the layout that I have with my Capital One account. Okay, so I've got my main checking account. It's got $140.99 right now. So then I've got my short-term savings, which is anything that like I haven't accounted for will come out of this account because it's short-term, but also like any of my short-term goals that I have, like the iPad that I want to get or the electric bike that I want to get. Those are my short-term goals are going into there. Then I have my auto care, which is it's the car fund. But when I say car fund, I mean like anything to do with auto care, like maintenance, car wash, and well, car wash wouldn't really come out of here, but maintenance, any new decorations for the car, the car insurance, car registration, all that stuff is coming out of this auto care. Long-term holding, this is the new car, new tech, Christmas presents, and pretty much anything that is long-term holding situation, ordeal, whatever. And this is what works for me. Now, I do want to go over the fund situation and what happened. So I had $565.76 split up between this checking account, and then I had already put in the $310.65 into the credit card account. So that was already split up before I started to record. I had spent $100 yesterday at therapy, and then I spent $14.12. Well, technically I spent $17 on Etsy, and then I spent another $4.12 on Etsy. So altogether that came out to be like $21 and some change. But I did get my Disney credit back for the card perk, so I got $7 back with that after I paid off the statement on that. So I did get the $7 there, and that $7 went towards the statement credit. So instead of $21, I basically got $7 back into my pocket with that. So instead of the $21 that would have been on the card, I am only going to be paying $14.12. I already transferred the $114.12 into my credit card auto pay account. I still have the 406, well now 407 in my credit union. So there is that amount of income that we still have that I haven't touched and I'm not really planning on touching. But I also don't think I'm going to really move that money, or if I do, I'll probably move it into the short-term savings and put it towards the iPad, but not sure yet.
I want to make this as short and sweet as I can. I wasn't able to go back and really take money out of the spots that I put the money in, but just know that I was able to budget out the remaining money, and apparently I didn't budget for the first week of November or the first 2 weeks of November. Then I just added in iCloud. Other than that, like my gas expenses shouldn't really be much because we don't really leave the house anymore. And yeah, I will be switching over fully to Capital One at the end of this month. So the beginning of December, everything will be switched over to Capital One. Still have my credit union, but that's that.